Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation, and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
And I'm Carapace Clavicle Tooch. That's a hell of a name. It's a better name than me. He's got way more brand.
And this week...
He's got like 5 different brands.
And this week we are starting Toon Goons... Spook Goons? Is that scan? I'm making this up off the...
Toon Spooks? Can we say that?
I don't know if we can say that.
It's a tricky word because, like, it means a couple of things.
Toon Spoons. Toon Spoons.
That's a different...
It's Halloween!
Spooktober. We're branding October as something it doesn't need to be.
Goontober.
Octoonber?
Octoonber.
This is going to be the whole episode, guys.
Happy Octoonber, everyone.
This rad brainstorming sesh.
Rad brainbury storming.
It's like when we first tried to come up with a name for the show.
And I suggested the Saturday Morning Scholars Squad, and you guys were like, Nikki, you need to take a time out. Nikki, your head is not in the right place.
About that
Oh my god, I hope I still have that list of those names. That
Tune Down for What was also a proposed name for it.
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't pick that one, but I had to say it.
It was good. It was a good... I had never heard of this song.
Yeah, it was very timeless and not a bad, stale, old joke at all.
If we were doing like a couple month mini series of episodes, like as soon as that single hit big, maybe.
We're talking about the Halloween tree this week, I guess. We'll see if that happens.
We'll get there.
We'll see, yeah.
It's a movie from an old times. What year? What
1996.
Decade? I looked older than that.
1993.
1993, something like that. The book was written in the 70s.
Yeah,
we'll
and it looks like
it.
Yeah, it's based off of a Ray Bradbury novel that we didn't know he wrote that book until we started looking up this movie, because somebody just said, hey, you should do a Halloween tree, and we're like, that sounds short.
Okay, well, before that, let's get into some news. First off, we don't have too much this week, so that's fun. So first off, something pretty neat and kind of out there. So, Over the Garden Wall is really on top of the world right now. They've gotten all these awards. The DVD came out earlier this month of September. And now they're going to get some merchandise in the form of this really amazing cassette tape. They're actually manufacturing the cassette tape that Wart recorded for Sarah. And it does have Elijah Wood on the tape reading poetry.
Over 20 minutes of spoken word stanzas from Elijah Wood and unreleased woodwind ecstasy from composers Josh Kaufman and Justin Rubinstein, a.k.a. the Petrovich Blasting Company. So, this is real.
I like those last 2 words for the name.
Yeah, it's going to be limited edition, and it's going to be available next month, so I'm assuming October. Or no, September?
Yeah, this is an old article we just found.
Okay. It's going to be available at some point. I've been following Patrick McHale's Tumblr. He said he'd let everybody know when it's available at onmondotees.com. And you'll have to get your own tape player.
Yeah, it's not like that
this isn't...
It's an actual tape that you have to play.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that Proto Man thing. It's like, hey, we made an album of 80s covers, and the only physical release is a cassette tape. And if you chill out for the special edition, we'll find a tape player and send it to you.
Thankfully, they also came with a digital download, and I happened to have my old boombox, so I was able to listen to it.
So yeah, hit up your local thrift shop and get a freaking Tunes blaster from the 80s and or early 90s.
Get a Walking Man.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. I forgot Walkman were for cassettes before they were for CDs.
Those are Discmen, technically. Well,
you can still walk with them.
Sorry, Discmans.
They're still men you can jauntily stroll with.
Mans. It's Walkmans and Discmans.
Oh my
it's
God.
an atypical plural.
I guess
typical
what
plural.
What
like
games were
mongooses.
those bosses for in Mega Man?
What? I'm a little confused because I went onto the Mondo T's website and it's listed in their archive, so I guess it already went for sale? I don't understand.
We might be super dropping the ball here. It exists! If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah. Somebody let us know if it actually was for sale and if anyone bought it, and if anyone bought it, could you, like, maybe possibly upload... I don't know how you're gonna convert it from a tape.
You might have to do it, like, twice?
You're gonna have to go through a lot of steps to convert it from a tape to something we can listen to on the YouTubes.
Maybe this was like an anti-piracy thing all along.
But they only sold 1,000 copies. It's like they didn't want anybody to have it.
I'm sure maybe Elijah Wood didn't.
They didn't want to make over 1,000 goddamn cassette tapes.
Then they should have made a digital release of what was on the tape for iTunes or something that someone could buy.
These guys commit to the bit.
There's only 10,000 tapes worth of magnetic tape left in the world.
They used it all.
We hit peak magnetic tape a long time ago. And then with...
the rest of all the world's remaining magnetic tape now has Elijah Wood's voice on it, and I think that's just A-OK.
Me too. I kind of wanted it. I wanted to listen to it to help me go to sleep. He has a really soothing voice.
Yeah, 2015 was the last year of cassette tapes with this and the Proto Men. They're gone.
I guess so.
And also, if they're not, come on. This has been enough.
Alright, so that was fun.
even the joke in Over the Garden Wall was like, nobody has this word. You're faking us out to think this was a period piece, but it's just the Midwest. We just look like this.
I guess. It was unclear, but whatever.
Next news story.
Moving on! Hooray! Okay, a really quick one. Like, the return of the quickie quicks. And that is that Assassination Classroom, the show that we just did an episode on, is going to have a second season coming out in January. So very soon.
Hopefully it's early to mid-January so I can claim it was a birthday present.
Yay! Just for Tooch. More Nagisa-kun.
Yes, more of my son.
Nagisa-kun. Also for Tooch, they are launching a spin-off manga of Assassination Classroom, which isn't related to animation, but is related to Tooch and presents for his birthday. So...
What is it about? Does it say anything about it?
The first installment launches this Friday of this week. It's called Koro Sensei Q, in which the exclamatory Q stands for quest. According to the magazine's tease, the start of the manga will see Koro Sensei becoming a demon king? I don't know.
Great!
So it's gonna be cute and fun. Probably.
Yeah. That'll be Friday, October 2nd.
Yes, from Weekly Shonen Jump.
Awesome.
Yay.
Maybe they'll actually translate it and put it in the freaking book, the freaking digital book. Probably not.
We'll see. Next, is a pretty neat one. Netflix has announced that Mexico's Anima Estudios, which has produced Teenage Fairy Tale Dropouts and Top Cat the Movie, is going to be producing their next, Netflix exclusive animated series. And it's going to be the first one made in Latin America. It's going to be called Las Leyendas, or The Legends. It's going to start with 13 episodes, and it's going to be available for streaming in 2017, so kind of a ways off, but pretty neat. The story is set in the 1800s and follows a reluctant but heroic boy named Leo San Juan, who has the ability to talk to spirits and otherworldly creatures. When his hometown vanishes into another dimension, he must team up with a group of phantasmagorical misfits to defeat Quetzalcoatl, an interdimensional entity bent on universal conquest. And it's based on a trilogy of kids features that the studio has done before, but it's going to be condensed into a series.
Cool.
And it actually sounds really fun, and I want to watch it.
Yeah, man.
Ben 10's writer James Craig is on board.
Or maybe Krieg.
It looks neat. I don't know. I like the premise a lot. It sounds like fun.
And what I like about, anything is, it's set in the 1800s, which... That's long enough ago where I can just condense that 100 years into one fucking thing, because, If it was the 1900s, it's set in the 1900s, I'd be like, shut up. That was like 10 different things. This isn't. The 1800s is when old shit was.
I hope thousands of years in the future, when they've condensed the early 2000s, 2000 to 2100 into a single thing, it's all anachronistic. Or no, the late 20th century, people are walking around with hey, why don't you use your iPod to download a Laserdisc?
People in jazz outfits listening to grunge or vice versa.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's a really great concept.
Because, it's an inevitability. Who can keep all this shit straight?
I don't know.
1800s was not that long ago in a larger span of shit. And a lot probably happened in it. But as far as I know, it's a Civil War and then Industrial Revolution at the end.
That's it. That's all you need. That's the Cliff Notes.
Bunch of shit. Well, look forward to that in 2017. If you remember. And last but not least, we have a story that Tooch found. And I'm going to let you guys talk about it, because I don't know. I don't have anything to contribute, really.
There's not much to contribute. I just thought, given our, it's a pretty self-explanatory story, but it's given how we touched on The Simpsons before in our first Tiny Goons, I just figured, bring it up.
Okay.
Basically, they asked current showrunner Al Jean about The Simpsons, and he was like, yeah, I can't really, the show's probably not gonna last past season 30, if that. But then he basically goes but I've been wrong before. I didn't think we'd get past 5. So basically it's a non-article, but it's about The Simpsons possibly ending, so it's it's important, I guess.
Yeah.
When they said after season 30, I'm like, what fucking season are they on? 24? That's 100 years. They're on, 27, just premiered. And, 27 and 28 have been ordered. So we've got a guaranteed 28, almost certainly. And they're like, he's like, I guess 30 is a good even number that nobody's done because it's stupid.
And then he talked a bit about the new Halloween Treehouse of Horror.
The only thing people those are even still reliably pretty good.
Yeah, people always tune into those still. And the new one's going to feature Bart getting killed by,
Sideshow Bob?
That
Sideshow
guy,
Bob.
yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
He can finally justify his tattoo.
Hooray.
We'll see.
So yeah, but regardless of when this show ends, when it does, good.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Nothing deserves 30 seasons. Absolutely. There's not anything on this world that deserves 30 seasons. It doesn't matter how great it is. It doesn't deserve 30 seasons. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Put something else on. Draw other things.
All right, and that's about all I got.
Yep.